You are now listening to Season 1, Episode 4 of Frat Fluent Podcast. Find us on Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Disclaimer, this podcast is not for children or younger teens due to sexual content and foul language. Listener discretion advised. Welcome to the Frat.
What's up, you pledges? I'm your boy Moe.
And I am Shelton, and you are listening to Episode 4 of the Frat Fluent Podcast. So, we got to promote it again. Our frat chat at the end of this episode. As of right now, we don't have any more submissions, so go hit us up with some of your crazy stories. We have a form that you can fill out on our website at fratfluentpodcast.wixsite.com/my-site. You can hit us up on any of our socials at Frat Fluent Podcast. We want to hear from you. We want to hear these crazy stories. And we're trying to figure out what state has the craziest stories.
And, it doesn't have to be just crazy stories. You could need advice. You could need anything like that. You could be going through something. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking at home. Mo has the answers. Why isn't he giving them to us? I can't give you answers if I don't get the questions, you guys. Come on. It's that simple.
You don't have to just write in once. If you have more stories or more questions, you can write in repeatedly, and we will read them off. We'll listen to them. And right now, there's no backlog. So if you write in, you're definitely going to get your story told. So
for this week, something I got to get off my chest. Here's an early hold my cup moment real quick.
Oh, wow. We're starting out with one.
Yeah, I had to get this out of here. I don't know why, Sheldon. Maybe you got to tell me this. I don't know why so many people think that what they have to say is like breaking news or like their opinion has to be heard. You know what? A lot of things cause this. But there's, both people do it. Like, when I say both people, I mean chicks and guys both do it. I'm not here to bash chicks on this one. I'm here to bash, like the guys on this. There's this one guy. This guy just, I don't know why, he walks around thinking he walks around like he's Abe Lincoln reincarnated. Like, everyone's got to hear this guy speak. And he just starts giving his random opinions. He starts talking about what he does for a living. What his plans for life. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't care if you got hit by a bus. I don't care if you became the president. I don't care if you woke up in a ditch. I don't care. Why are you telling me your life story, bro?
However, if you did wake up in a ditch, please write in. We would love to hear that story on the podcast.
Yeah, I want to know how you ended up there. Like, were you an innocent guy or did you have it coming? You got to let us know.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, basically that's it. Like that. Oh, the guy just got me so heated.
Shut up.
No, I was not just don't shut up, but like they think everything they say is like super important. It's like, dude, you don't got to break the silence. If it's quiet, it's quiet. Don't just talk to say something. All right. I just feel like I lost 10 pounds off my chest.
I want to know who this dude is. I mean, don't call him out because we don't need any hate right now. But wow, yeah. There's a lot of those people. You're not alone. Please write in. Please, for the love of God, fucking write in. All right, so we got some current events going on. The world's a little crazy right now. I feel like we're not looking at it. Before we even get into these, I feel like we're not looking at how crazy the world is because 2020 was just so much shit all at once that we're like, 2021's got to be better, and it's not better, so we're just turning on like the blinders, we just put our sunglasses on while the world burns.
Yeah, people made it so like they didn't deal with the problems in 2020. They kind of just kept pushing them aside, saying, all right, next year will be better. And we're here next year, and it just looks like no change. You can even argue it got worse.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I was kind of wrong. The world's not burning, it's freezing. For those of you who haven't watched the news in the last 2 weeks, Texas got hit by 2 huge storms, and they are out of power in most of Texas. People's apartments have like leaks because the pipes are busted, and they have icicles in their house. People are freezing. 2 people froze in their car. Well, I think it was 2. It may have been a family. Froze in their car because they were trying to keep warm and fell asleep.
I know what everyone in Jersey's thinking right now that you're saying that. They're all like, they got their fists by their eyeballs and they're shaking their fists like mimicking tears coming down. And they're just thinking, wow, I guess all that dip, pickup trucks, and shotguns didn't save them from a little measly winter.
Okay, but they're not used to the winters.
Oh, sorry, I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
Like we have all these like big snowplows and stuff, and people like make a living off of putting out salt and snowplows here. And it's better where I am in Arkansas, but in Texas, like they don't get snow, so they don't really have that. That's not really a government job that they have down there, and if they do, the people are not on call. Like, they just live their lives. And so, like, when they get hit by stuff like this, and Texas has had it bad in the last few years. I mean, they got hit with a hurricane, then they got hit with this snowstorm, and I'm saying all this because Arkansas, specifically my town, I don't know about the rest of Arkansas, but my town got hit with, like, some of the backlash, like a second part of this storm, like it rolled through.
No, keep going.
It hit part of my town, and I was talking with my brother. I was talking with my brother about what was going on down there because I hadn't, like, talked to any of my family in a hot minute, and he was,
or in this case, a cold minute. Sorry,
yeah.
I had to.
Yeah. Wow. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm staying with our grandma right now because our mom's house, the water went out and the power went out. We don't have water or power." And then we went to, like, we went to our Nana's, and their power and water went out. So now we're at our grandma's because she had a wood stove, and at one point she had well water, but I think they're on city water now. Anyways, they had a heat source, which is why they went out there and we're all staying out there. But with this snowstorm that came in Texas, their governor, their mayor, whatever, put out a boil water alert. So their water treatment
What happens
facility,
in that, actually? I never heard about that in my life.
so it's whenever the water that goes through the water treatment is polluted because the water treatment either can't do all the treatment, or there's been foul play at the water treatment center, which has happened. I think it happened, like, here.
Define foul play. Like, what do you mean?
Like, they put a chemical in there that's not supposed to be in there. Because there's, like, chlorine and there's some other stuff that they do to clean the water. And it's not as much chlorine as in a pool, but they, like, use chemicals to clean out the water, and then they redistribute it. But in Texas, I don't know if, like, the water treatment plant froze over or what was going on, but they didn't have that treatment going into this water. So any water that you got from your tap, you had to boil to get all those nasty chemicals and bacteria that wasn't killed off out so that you could drink the water. That's what the water treatment does. So when they put out a boil water alert, you have to boil all the water that you get. Ooh,
I think I heard about that in, like, Flint, Michigan, for some reason.
Yeah, it's happened in Michigan before. They had lead.
Yeah,
Lead was
I remember
really
people were
heavy
setting
in
their
that
water
stuff.
on fire. It's pretty funny.
But
I mean, tragic, but
yeah.
yeah.
And so my brother's telling me all this stuff about the water, and I'm like, "Oh my God, are you guys on a boil water?" And they're at my grandma's house. They were putting water on the wood stove to let, like, the water evaporate and humidify the room, so they didn't have to use as much wood because the water vapor, whenever it got warm in the room, it would spread out the water better. So they're boiling water on the stove to use that evaporated water, but my brother didn't know what they were doing. And so he's just telling me that they're boiling water on the stove, and I'm like, "Oh my God, are you guys okay? Like, are you on a boil water
That's pretty funny.
alert?" And he was like, he was so confused. He didn't know what I was talking about. And eventually he had to, like, go ask my grandmother if they were boiling water because they were going to boil water. She was like, "No, we're using it as a humidifier." And then I was like, "You fucking idiot." I was like, "You idiot."
That's so funny.
I'm at work having a heart attack because nobody told me you guys were on a boil water alert and you don't understand what that is. Oh, I was like, you are so, oh my gosh. But I got over it eventually. All right, there's also a new law in New Jersey, apparently.
Oh my God, how did we forget
about?
to talk about this one here? So I know everybody's happy. By the time you listen to this, it just happened yesterday. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be next week. So weed is officially legal now, and each person is allowed to carry up to 6 ounces, which is pretty absurd, when you really think about it. Who needs 6? That part was crazy. They kind of overdid it a little bit, but our boy Murphy is out there trying to get people out of jail that were wrongfully, I'd say wrongfully arrested. Weed isn't something that's like, we're not talking crack. We're not talking
we're not
heroin
Oregon. We're not Oregon.
I don't know what they're doing over there.
All narcotics are legal in Oregon. In case you didn't know that. That happened in 2020 right at the end.
Like, if you play GTA, you're basically, like, Oregon's the closest place we got to that, so.
Yeah, probably. I didn't know that. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to weed laws, but that's pretty
That
cool.
it blew up
I mean,
here. Everyone,
that's absurd that you can carry that much, but
it passed like by a majority when it was time to vote on it.
Oh,
So
yeah. I know that.
Blew up here. So New Jersey has officially become the 13th state to legalize marijuana. Sheldon, hit me, bro. You definitely have a hold my cup moment.
all right, I've been holding on to this one for a while.
Let's get it.
So in the first episode, we talked about aisle 16 and how we all run past it. Nobody really likes it because you get caught and it's like a black hole sucks you in.
So true.
About a month ago, I got caught in this black hole, and there was a guy asking for a product, and I looked down at the bottom, I looked up in the top. I mean, like I looked everywhere, and it said we had, I think, 3 of these products, and mind you, this number is not reliable. Once it gets below like 5, some people even say 10. Like this number is just not reliable. So I'm looking, and as I keep looking and can't find it, this guy starts to get more and more upset to the point where he's starting to like tear up. And this is a grown man. A grown man is tearing up over a product. Mind you, this product is not like a necessity. There's relatively nothing that we sell that is a necessity unless you're trying to fix something that's broken and you like need. And this was not something that was to fix something that was broken. Like that was an immediate concern.
Yeah, literally we have people come in to like build birdhouses. All right, it's just an example of how stupid like people come in.
But this guy, first he tells me that he drove 30 minutes to get here. And here, 30 minutes is like 5 miles because everything's so crowded and congested. I was not really concerned that he drove 30 minutes. Mind you, like where I come from, if they drove 30 minutes, that's like, oh my God, your top priority. But here I was like, oh wow, you drove 30 minutes? And we're looking, and I'm continue to look, and I looked for like 15 minutes. And then I tell him, I'm like, sorry guy, we don't have any. It says we have X amount at this other store. And he goes, this is unacceptable. Mind you, he's like tearing up, and he's like, this is unacceptable. I'd like to speak to a manager.
Fuck that guy.
So when he said that, I was like, oh, like I started to get nervous because this dude could get me fucking fired. So I call the manager, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll send over a guy from this department to come look with you.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, okay. Now I feel a little bit more comfortable. The guy comes over. We scout the place out again. I go and check some other places that like we might have it. We didn't. And we continue to look, and he continues to get more and more upset. And then after like I'd called the manager and she handled it the way she did, I just got aggravated with the dude. I didn't like go off on him, but like the whole time I was like, bro, you're a grown man. Why are you crying over this? This is not that important. Like this is not your kid taking your first steps. Like this is not you losing a court case. This is a product.
Yeah, in a case like that, if this was a perfect world, you could just look at that guy and be like, you're acting like a bitch. Like, get out of my face. You're not getting help. Go cry in your car. I don't care what you have to do. Just get out of my face.
Unfortunately,
That's
we
it.
don't live in that world.
Yeah, there's too many problems with this one. Ladies, I need your help again.
Okay.
Why are you guys so complicated? I don't understand. Like, a chick's definition of flirting is, and they'll get mad at you for not seeing this. Mm-hmm. They'll blink a fraction of a second slower than usual. They'll like go graze your arm. They'll like, they'll bump into you, like stuff like that. And it's like, I'm supposed to understand what you're trying to do.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I realized the other day that I have no game. Like I was at work and I was like, how did I get girlfriends in school? Like what the hell? Like I have no pickup lines. I am not smooth. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, what the hell? Literally, when I asked my girlfriend out, that I have now, we've been together for 3 years, happily. Everything's great.
There you go.
When I asked her out, it was New Year's Day. I asked her New Year's Eve if she wanted to hang out. She was at a party with my ex-girlfriend and all of her friends.
Yikes.
She was very uncomfortable at the party because the party sucked.
Okay.
Fuck you, ex-girlfriend. But we're I asked her if she wanted to hang out on New Year's Day, and I had my friend come over New Year's Eve to kind of hang out with me. We were chilling, playing Mortal Kombat, but also to like hype me up the next day so that like everything would be fine. So my now girlfriend comes over on New Year's Day. We're hanging out. It's really awkward because we'd never really hung out before. And I was really awkward. Like, I was distant, and I was, like, nervous because it was like, when am I going to ask her out? How am I going to do it? And so then we go to my dad's house, and the reason that I'd asked her to hang out was because she'd talked about wanting to play rock band. And my dad had rock band.
That's such a throwback. That's such a throwback.
We fucking played rock band. We rocked the fuck out to some rock band. And so, like, we're hanging out, we're playing rock band. We sit down, and I'm, like, sitting way too close to her, you know, that kind of thing. Well, then her mom calls and is like, hey, I'm going to come pick you up. And so I go and we go to the kitchen and she's getting like all her stuff together. And I go, hey, I like you. And this bitch fucking friend zoned me so hard. She gave me a hug. She just hugged me. She didn't say I like you too. She just gave me a hug. Like looked at me like all sad puppy dog eyes and then gave me a hug and then pulled back and walked off with her mom and like drove away. I think later that night, she said like she liked me too or something like that. And I was like, okay. And then like 16 days later, we were dating. But in that moment, I was like, what? Like I have no game, bro. Like if I was single now that I'm like out of school and I have to go actually meet people.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I feel like every guy just has one of those like it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how lucky you are, how good looking you are. Every guy ends up having that really cringy moment in their life. Like I remember I asked that this one chick, and my response was just laughter. Like, yeah, bro. So I'm like, I'm like 13, 14 when this happened. Mm-hmm. And I just remember like she starts laughing, and I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know how to interpret this. Yeah, well, now I know now that it just didn't work out. You know, yeah, but at that time you're just like, what did I do? Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Blah blah. And you'll have all these chicks when we don't read those little signs. All you hear is, "This is all right." Whenever someone nags me, whenever a girl starts to nag, especially, this is the voice I hear all the time. And I've heard this so many times, you have no idea. When they're all together, this is the conversation. So, guys, if you're ever wondering what your girl and all her friends are talking about, this is it right here. This is exactly what it sounds like. Guys are so stupid. I can't find a good band. They're all garbage. This doesn't make any sense. It's not us. It's them. They're the problem. They're so stupid. He didn't see me rub his arm to tell him I liked him? That's basically what they say all the time.
You sound like Trump if he had a cold. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit under the weather right now.
What a stud, am I right?
What? No, bro. I don't understand. I thought I had game. Like, I thought I had game. I was kissing girls since preschool, bro.
Oh, that's a little early.
Way too early. I don't even remember.
I'm actually saving myself for marriage, so.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sorry.
Okay. You want to go down your contact list and tell all the girls in there you're waiting till marriage?
Oh, they already know.
Really?
Because there's like maybe 2 or 3 girls.
100.
And because also, like, to remind the audience, I have a mother and I have 2 sisters, so it's natural that I have a few girls' numbers. And that's about it.
Buddy, I want you to know the name of this podcast is partly because you were in a frat. I didn't go to college.
You can go to a fraternity and still like be in a fraternity and save yourself from marriage. I've seen a ton of guys do that.
Yeah, but
we're outstanding young, future productive members of society. You know, so saving ourselves from marriage.
I agree with the productive part.
I'm gonna be celibate. I'm gonna say until 40. Yeah, I really want to get it out there. I want to show my devotion to the big guy upstairs.
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, maybe 41, just to beat that guy, just to show that I'm. You know,
who was that? What comedian was that?
Was it Steve Carell?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I thought
right
Adam Sandler, and I was like, that's not right. He's 50.
He could have. You know what? He could have played that. He could have played that role.
I think
I like
Steve
Adam
Carell
Sandler.
kind of stole the show.
No, he's just he's unrivaled. Like he's too funny.
My God, have we got off on a tangent?
You know what? Down below though, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening in. Comment your top 3 favorite Office characters. I gotta know this.
Bet.
I gotta know this.
There's a lot of Office fans in Arkansas.
Yeah, I feel like everywhere. It doesn't even matter what state you're from. You're an Office fan.
I've never watched The Office.
What? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Wow. That cuts the question.
I watched half of season 1, and
season 1, it's good, but it starts off slow.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard to just skip season 1.
It's only like 6 or 7 episodes. Like, dude, as soon as you binge that and get past it, it gets so much funny.
I watched the episode. So Billie Eilish has a song where, like, she has parts of The Office in there, and I watched the episode, the Michael Scarn episode.
Yeah, but if you don't watch it with like context, that's like later on.
Yeah.
You got to get context to build up to it, and then
it was funny to me because I was like, that's from the song.
Yeah.
like I was singing the song in my head anytime there was a quote, and I was like, I'm such a pussy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I've watched that episode. That's about it. All right, we got some cop stories. Do you want to start her out or do I?
You know what? I got permission from
this
other person to use it, so I'm gonna paint the picture as best I can, and I want. All right, you know what? I want every member, every pledge listening right now to just close their eyes and picture this. Okay. So I'm in a car. There's a chick in the car, and we are in Philly.
Are you?
No, we are in Philly, but I'm trying to like that. This is the problem. Like you're gonna. I can't have the wrong person hear this and be like, "Oh, wait, is that?" So I gotta wait for it. So we were in Philly. You know, it's getting steamy for some reason. I don't know why. The windows are fogging up.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Mother Nature's wild.
You would think she had hydraulics installed. You know, I don't know I don't know what's going on.
That coffee's really hot, steaming up the whole
Yeah,
car.
bro, that's what I thought. You know, I think she ordered some soup. I think that's what it was.
Oh, really?
And it steamed up the windows like crazy.
Had the vegetable soup in the back seat.
Yeah, bro. So, and, you know, it was getting so hot that I had to take off some clothes.
Really?
Yeah, it was too hot. It was too hot.
Man,
So,
you guys were listening. It's getting hot in here.
yeah, I don't remember much music, to be honest with you. Just the soup was so steamy, I couldn't hear anything.
Not even the luscious sound of a female climax.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay,
Music to your ears.
I've watched adult videos before. That's the only time I've ever heard it. You know, because I'm saving myself for marriage.
Really?
I'm gonna keep that going.
Okay.
And
That sounds good.
so we're in the car. You know, the soup steamed up the windows. Okay, the music is so loud in the car that the car is shaking too. So you know, imagine
really?
this. Yeah, it's crazy.
You got a J. Cole
Now,
song.
if you got a lot of, you know, for those pledges at home who got their mind in the gutter, I don't know what you're imagining, but I painted the scenario as best I can right now. So we're in a side street, so not many cars really
They're
drive
singing Fall Out Boy, you dirty fuck.
So we're chilling on a side street. All of a sudden, all you hear is, and dude, I look over, and there's a female police officer.
Oh my god, did she eat some soup too?
No, so I'll never forget this. She knocks on the window. You know, we quickly get her. It was a really cold day outside too. I gotta throw that in there. So we roll down the windows to let the steam out, and you know, obviously answer the police officer. We get dressed, and I remember her looking at us, and she was like, "Listen, I don't know what you kids are doing, but you know, you shouldn't be doing that here." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't have any seats in the restaurant left. You know, we had to take the soup outside, and it was too cold to eat it outside."
Oh, okay. I was confused for a second. I thought you were saying that you were eating this soup in the restaurant, and I was like,
No, you know, they had no tables left, so
Gotcha.
we couldn't, you know. And dare I say, the cop was pretty. She was hot, you know. I'm not. Yeah, there's no way she was really hot. I was about to ask her if she wanted a piping
hot serving of egg drop soup.
I don't know about egg drop soup, but soup.
I'm trying to think. What kind of baby soup?
Cream of chicken.
Cream of chicken.
There we go.
Cream
so
of
I was
cock.
gonna offer her some of that cream of chicken.
Cock soup.
And I didn't want her to get the wrong idea.
Gotcha.
You know.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we left.
Oh.
I finished up the soup, of course.
Oh, you did.
And
So she let you roll up the window and finish the soup.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
You know, some chicks tell me I'm actually a chef. So.
Really?
Yeah. There were times where I made my own soup, but not that time. Not that time.
Why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell this story? Whenever we told this story about the chick getting the cream of chicken on her face.
it's funny because I thought about it. Like we sat here, I thought about it, and then I was just like, it'll be a better time for this.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to episode 1 where you can hear some of the frat chat. We had an episode drop about a young lady getting caught by a cop with cream of chicken on her face. So I've got a couple cop stories as well.
Hit me.
I think I'm a great driver, but I also like to push the limits. You know, like I don't watch the Fast and Furious movies, but I think I could be in one. And so one summer, I was on my way home from church, and I had a lot of people in my car. 4-seater car, and I think I had 6 people in my car.
Okay.
So there were 2 people sitting on, like, the people's laps in the back, right? I'm driving home, and we're on a highway, so it's pretty busy. There's stuff on either side of us. There's a little bit of spacing between, like, the buildings, but there's still a lot of stuff. There's woods in the background behind the buildings. And out of these woods, so on our left is this big hospital, and a deer had run out from the woods into the parking lot and was crossing the highway. And I saw it coming, like, out of my peripherals. I looked, so I go to swerve into the right lane to give it some more room, and there's a car there. So, like, I don't swerve all the way in. I just pull into the right lane as much as I can. And I thought that I had cleared, like, the deer as it's, like, running towards us. It clipped my back bumper and tore my bumper off.
Yikes.
Except, like, almost completely off. It was hanging on by, like, a thread on the other side. And then the car behind us finished the job and ran over the deer. So I get out, I pull over, get out. There's like 6 people, looks like a fucking clown car, getting out of my car. Me and the other guy, there was two other guys in the car, but the older guy, we get out and we walk down the highway, and mind you, everybody in the back is like, be careful! Anyways, so we go over there, and we have to go out into the middle of the highway and pull this deer off to the side so that nobody else runs over it. I have to pop my bumper into place to try to keep it from falling out, so I've just got it, like, wedged in my car. And we switch cars, do whatever, and I'm driving back with 2 other people. And one of them is my brother's girlfriend. And she was, like, obsessed at the time with being in the family. And everybody else in the family was like, oh, yeah, she's part of our family. And I was like, she's been with him for 4 months.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like,
wait, who is this? Who is this chick?
Chill out. My brother's girlfriend.
They're still together now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How long have they been together fine now, but over a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah, it's good now. But at the time, I was like, no, not about it. And so...
Where's she from? Is she also... Oh, that's funny. Like,
they're all from Arkansas. But, son of a bitch. I'm driving home, and I took a turn a little too fast, so I had to swerve over to the left lane, or otherwise I was going to, like, fly off. Mm-hmm. And a cop was there behind me, and apparently it was a back road, so apparently a lot of people, like, drunk people like to take that route. So he pulls me over, asks me if I've been drinking, and I'm like, no, sir. And he asked me, like, who's in the car with me, because I was still... Like, I wasn't 18, so, like, I was only allowed to have one person in the car that wasn't family. So I had to tell them that my brother's girlfriend was my sister. And that was the happiest that girl has ever been with me. And I was like...
That was like, nice, though. You said
don't take it personally.
You know?
Okay?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was just to keep me out of a ticket.
Don't take this good thing for... Wow.
And then for, like, the next week, I think I got pulled over 4 more times because they thought I was drinking and driving. And I was like, dude, I'm just in a rush to get places. And, like, my mom's road didn't have, like, the lines in the street, so you couldn't, like, there was a portion where you couldn't tell if you were, like, swerving in and out, and that was the portion that he caught me on. Oh. And I was like, I can't tell, my guy. So that was wild. I got pulled over, like, 4 times for that. But that's not my crazy cop story. I'm gonna tell my crazy cop story, unless you have another cop story.
You know what? I try not to get involved too much with law enforcement. That was just one of those, I could see how someone passing by the car, you could get the wrong idea. Mm-hmm. But, all they were doing was soup. They were just eating soup. Like the same way I'm saving myself from marriage, I try not to get involved with law enforcement. They have it hard enough as it is, yeah.
So you do have a lot of cop stories you just don't want anybody to know?
No. There was, I really don't get in trouble with. There was one time I got into a fight over here on a basketball court, and I'll paint the picture again. I'm on a basketball court. There's this rule. Everyone who plays ball at home knows. Like, if you make a 3-pointer or you're just shooting around, it's not during a game. You're just shooting around waiting to get picked up. You make a jump shot or a 3-pointer, you get the ball back to shoot again. That's the way it works. That's the way. It doesn't matter where you're from. That's the way it works.
Yeah, make it or take it.
Exactly. So we're chilling there. I make the 3, and the guy doesn't give me the ball.
Ooh.
He looks at me in the most like disrespectful way. It's like kind of chicks at home are thinking like, oh, this is stupid. But when a guy does that to you and asserts his dominance, makes you look like a bitch, it triggers something. It's like, all right, I have to do something now. Now the ball's in my court. He did it. Now I have to do something. So he doesn't give me the ball. We end up like just having an argument. I took the ball from him. I'm taking another shot, and he shoves me from behind as I jump. So like I kind of went flying a little bit.
No sir.
So I turn around, and there was no hesitation. I just like dead in the face, like punched him straight across his face. And we start fighting. He the entire time, dude, his hands are open, and he's not swinging. He's scratching.
What the?
Like, yeah, he's scratching. That was the biggest bitch move I've ever seen. I'm getting decent shots in, and then parents all step in. A cop was actually called. They show up fast. They happen to be in the area.
Gotcha.
And they come in. I had some scratches on my face, and he was like pretty lumped up. And then all that happened was she kind of knew who I was a little bit, and the lady that showed up, she just let me off. She told me because the kid was older. I was like 14 at the time. That kid was like 17 or 18 at the time. And it was just thinking about that's even sadder. Like, there are times where I got whooped badly, but that was a good day. It was a good day.
No, we had a guy.
The stuff like that happened in Arkansas where people just
one of my buddies, his mom had asked us. It was a joke, like a run-on joke. She liked to make fun of him. She would ask us to go to the movies with him because the only fight that he ever got in, he slapped the person. He didn't punch him, he slapped him. And so she was like, listen, we need somebody to go with him because if he gets in a fight, he's going to slap him. And
yo, she stood in front of him?
Yes, all the time. He was like, bro, shut up. He got the worst of it. Our friend group tore him apart.
You're slapping instead of punching,
Yeah. I used to tell him that his sister was hot, and he would get really pissed off because she was like 12.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah, it was awkward, but he would lose his mind, and then Jace would be like, "Fuck," and then my friend would be like, "Bro, your mom's hot," and I'd be like, "Dude, everyone in this friend group would pipe your mom," and so then he would shut up, and then we would all get on my other friend and be like, "Bro, your sister's fucking smoking," and she was like, fuck, she was like 17, 18 at the time.
Okay.
And since then she's gotten married, moved off, had a kid. She lives, I like to watch her story because she lives in Alaska, so she's got some really, really pretty pictures of Alaska.
I don't know if I could do 2 weeks of summer and then call it a day. Call it a year.
Or like a month of darkness.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It sounds like I just not for me. But from what I've heard from people that went there, I have some buddies in the army who were stationed out in Alaska, and they told me they liked it a lot. Surprisingly, I didn't see that coming.
I've heard that Alaska is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I've heard this. You know what? We got some snow here, and I hope that we're done with the snow, as we're seeing right now what 8 inches can do to a lot of people. Way, but yeah, I'm not trying to go to a place that's like 20 feet of snow, and that's the norm. I'm better off just staying here.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to take. My grandpa, my pappy, he is obsessed with the Alaskan bush people and the people who survive on the land. Mind you, he does he cuts wood for the wood stove in the winter. He hunts so that we can have so we can eat that deer. He doesn't necessarily need it because we have stores and stuff.
Yeah.
But he enjoys it, and that's free. It's not free. He's got to get it processed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's a lot cheaper than buying.
How much does one usually last you too? They probably last a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if it gets a big one. He got one that he gave some to both of my uncles, I have more than 2 uncles, but he gave some to 2 of my uncles. He gave some to my mom. He still had some. I think when I left, they still had some deer meat from that deer in the freezer, and I left in June. He shot it in November of the year before.
Damn.
So it lasts a while, and if you get he got a big buck, so it lasted us a long time.
I usually go hunting too, but with my bare hands.
Oh really?
Yeah. I don't really need a gun or anything like that.
Is that what you made the soup out of?
The soup,
just like tuna, you just went out there and...
You know what? I'm not going to reveal my secret ingredient. I don't need people mimicking that nice masterpiece.
Oh, masterpiece.
Yeah. I don't want to encourage people to do that, though. You know, I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble. You know, cops nowadays, they're worried. They walk up to a steamy window. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they got to bust somebody since weed is legal. Public nudity.
You know what's crazy? Now that bud is legal, though, I'm going to predict this right here. You're going to hear it here first. Jersey is basically going to become the utopia of the U.S. Like the top 1% is going to come over here to Jersey. World hunger is going to be done. People are going to be so nice. Donations are going to be through the roof. Kindness. Everyone's going to be a good Samaritan. And they should have just done this sooner. That's all I got to say about this.
So are you telling me that New Jersey is...
It's going to be heaven on earth.
Yeah, but you're telling me that right now it's the reason that there's world hunger and that there's all
No.
this stuff.
I'm just saying that it's going to be so good over here that's going to counteract all the garbage in the rest of the world.
You are very, very optimistic. Listen, I understand New Jersey is not exactly the greatest place, and maybe when
Jersey is where the money is.
Everyone...
If Jersey falls, the country falls. If Jersey succeeds, I mean, the U.S. becomes the greatest country in the world, hands down. No argument, no debate.
There's a reason.
I know what a lot of people were thinking. Oh, we're already the greatest. You know, yes, but there's debate right now. After this whole thing happens, there's going to be no debate. That's what I'm saying. Didn't matter, or would have been too hard / risky to get to.
Oh yeah, because we've got the best defenses. We've got missiles upon missiles.
Oh, dude, 100%. Have you ever seen
We've actually
Jersey
got a
Shore?
force field around New Jersey. Oh yeah,
Not the show. I'm talking about the actual shore.
No.
Yeah, only a born and raised Jersey man can stand up to all that stuff down there.
I have watched the show.
You get too close to a guy, that orange is gonna get on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be ready for that.
I have watched the show though, so like if we had somebody try to attack us, I think Snooki would be able to take care of it. She'd do her like little banshee cry, and they'd be like, and leave.
It'd be like a stun grenade, basically.
Or they'd just like. They'd make cream of chicken soup until they were dehydrated and die. Making so much cream of chicken soup that you die of dehydration.
Yeah, the reason I thought of that, though, dude, cream of chicken actually slaps. I was at a diner yesterday and slaps. Yeah, back to what I brought up in the very beginning that's just on my mind. I want to end it on this note. Okay. Like, ladies, I want you to stop being so complicated. You know, everyone's always talking about it's 2021. It's 2021. You can go up and compliment a guy. You can go up and say something to him. It doesn't have to be this like super elaborate undercover thing where he's got to play like James Bond to guess what you're trying to do. And it puts us in an awkward spot. You know, it's like, all right, do I go in? And then you end up not. That's not what it's not what the case was. And the guy's just
learn to shut the fuck up.
That too.
We don't want to.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? Your opinion isn't always. Yeah. It doesn't have to be known by everybody. You're not a connoisseur. You're not someone who figures things out ahead of time and is passing wisdom on. Yeah, so you're not me. You're not me, basically.
So, ladies, speak up. Yeah, in case you didn't know, Mo's a god.
Yeah, that's why I keep asking them. That's why I'm telling you guys, frat chat. Any problem you're going through, I'm not going to go that far. Any problem you have, any crazy thing you want to get off your chest, shoot us that message over here. We'll convey it. We'll look it over. We'll give you our advice. We'll help you get through what you're going through, or we'll just, I'm not gonna say rip you a new one, but we might a little bit. Yeah, we might help you see the world differently. We'll help you get out of your glass house.
Yeah, we've all. I don't know about Mo. I'm sure he has, but we both. I'm gonna speak for him anyways. Both of us grew up like giving advice to people. I was the oldest child, so like all my brothers would come to me. All of my friends would come to me for advice, so I've got a good head on my shoulders. I know we tell crazy stories on here, and it doesn't sound like it, but if you have questions or you need help with anything, or you just need like a second opinion, write in. Also, if you have crazy stories, we'd love to tell those.
Yeah. Also, feel free to, if any of you see me in the street, you want to say what's up, you can call me Mo, or you can call me the Oracle. Either or, I'm accepting either or. It's all right. If you're trying to be more formal, Oracle's fine.
Is that saddle starting to cut in a little bit? That saddle on your horse, is it starting to cut you a little bit on your legs?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
As long as you're comfortable.
Not yet.
All right, guys. We're gonna head off for this episode. Write in for the Frat chat at www.fratfluentpodcast.wixsite.com/my-site or email us at fratfluentpodcast@gmail.com or at any of our socials at fratfluentpodcast. We would love to hear you, and we will talk to you in the next episode. Bye.
See you guys.